I often get a lot of people asking me to like change my content to something more popular, and I'm just like, I mean, I can follow the trends, but ultimately, is that going to be me? And it's just like, do I really want to follow trends, or do I want to stay true to myself? And I think, in that sense, that I could kind of relate to Michaelangelo, because it's like, um, you could grow quick or grow being yourself. And it's just like, which one are you gonna take? So,
Yeah, and it's like doing things your own way. Like, as the more you keep doing like whatever art it is, like the more you just want to just navigate the field in your own unique way. And I think like that's just a universal application to a lot of people when it comes to, like doing their own form of art.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of art, how did you feel about the art in the game? Because we we have quite the inconsistent art, considering how we have multiple artists and everything going on, and 3 months to do everything.
I I think it's nice. I'm really not expecting I'm really not expecting, since this was like originally a game jam project, I really wasn't expecting like the highest of quality of things. Like, no, this is a project that was built in a very short time frame. So like when I saw
When you saw,
the inconsistencies of art, like I didn't care about it. I think it just looked neat.
uh, when it came to Michelangelo, what do you see? I'm sorry. What do you see him doing 5 years from now? The reason I'm laughing is the follow-up question to this.
I 5 years from now, honestly, um, just doing the same thing he's always been doing. It's like the same way he was found, like in the first chapter of his story. You know, he's just doing his own thing. Someone just happened to stumble across him. He's like, oh yeah, you get that for me, will ya? He's like, oh wait a second, that you're a person.
Well, no, because I think you had the Ethan route and the Michelangelo route, because you end up with Serenity in the Ethan route. Um, and so my question was, how would you feel if it was canon that Michelangelo and Serenity got married and divorced but had a kid? And later down the line, Serenity ended up with Silver. This is a long question, by the way. Do you think that would be a positive or negative impact on all three characters? If so, why? This hypothetical applies to this couple because Serenity is Japanese with Latin culture. Michelangelo represents the Latin, while Silver represents Japanese culture. So it would be quite the blended dynamic.
I think it would have a very negative impact, and like I can't really say. Knowing Michelangelo, he's a very like he's also a very self-absorbed person. So when it comes to getting married, and getting a divorce, and also having a kid, it's just like not something that his brain registers as something that's, I feel, very important to him. Because I feel like the very reason that he would get a divorce, the very reason a divorce would happen, is because it's something related to him. Like, it's his problem. And with the kid in the equation, yeah, he's not the person to be taking care of that kid. He's definitely not.
Dang.
I think Michelangelo is very much the person you would never rely on as a babysitter.
Dang. Dang, that speaks so much volumes. That's like, dang. Deadbeat. You're like, what the You're like, no, never make him daddy material. No.
Wait, no, he is definitely. I don't think he's daddy material. I don't think he's boyfriend material. Hell, not even friend material.
Not even from Tyrol. Speaking of which, because this is something that got lost in translation because of all the writers. He was supposed to have like a dynamic between the boys, Khai and Tanner, which is something I got to write a little bit in like a side story that has not come out yet because I'm kind of too lazy to make the game. I'm like, I want to help, but at the same time, it's like, relying on other people is too much work. So, essentially.
Oh, yeah. No, just like doing a whole project is just like super hard to manage.
Yeah, essentially, Michaelangelo is supposed to be childhood friends from Khai and Tanner. So like, all three boys got a scholarship to the school because of their perspective abilities. So Michelangelo's art, the boys is sports. And Michelangelo is supposed to be kind of like the calm one in the equation. Like, so Tanner is the mature one and Khai is the chaotic one. So like, you know, the balance trio. So like Tanner is mature but angry. So and then Tanner is just like, I mean, Khai is just chaos, and then you're just like the 1-2 separated, like, boys, calm down, like it's not that serious. And they're originally supposed to be like roommates. So like you would see more of them hanging out, but like that was never written into the story because it just didn't have time to flesh out. Because who knew you needed more than 3 months to write a story? But what would you have thought about that? It's like he actually had like friends like that was like he wasn't too self-absorbed. Like, yeah, he was still passionate, but like he was still like, you saw more of that. He's just that chill guy to be around.
I feel like him being the mediator would have been something great to expand on if that was like the route we were going with. Because like that's sort of me too. I kind of like being the mediator of things. I hate it when I absolutely hate it when friends fight. So like yeah, like having that relation between him and Khai and Tanner, it would have been something great to really expand on because like yeah, Michaelangelo is a guy without that many friends, so but like him managing to find 2 of them, which he really cares about because he really doesn't like them fighting, it would be really nice dynamic for him.
Going back to the casting cloud, so you connected with Michaelangelo right away because you didn't have like the photo to rely on because of like the art didn't get there in time. So like you've been saying a lot like I really connected with this character. So like I'm guessing you're really into arts and you're just a chill guy in general. So like do you really feel like Michaelangelo is you in a way?
Yeah. That's kind of what like voice acting is for me. When it comes to auditioning for characters, I really like it when I see specs for a character, and when I read them out and I like do like triple takes or something like that, there's always like a piece that I like to latch onto, and I relate that back to me. I'm like, oh, that's me. And I really like to hyperfixate on that personality trait of mine. And like with Michaelangelo, it's again our love of art and how we just kind of like just doing our own thing. So when it comes to like, I feel like I'm just being a broken record at that point. Am I just being a broken record?
I don't know, but it's
I kind of just lost my line of thought.
Luckily, I've been separating these, so maybe they never heard it before. I thought you were gonna add more, but I guess
Alright, I'm definitely trying to like gather thoughts, but also battle this consistent cough that I'm having.
You need some cough drops right now.
Oh, I wish.
Oh my goodness. A story idea I had with Michelangelo is that he got married to a random girl for inspiration, named it Happily Ever After, and divorced shortly after to make his greatest creation, Broken Love and a Broken Wallet. Does that feel on brand for him?
Oh my gosh. That sounds so on brand. Because that last question you gave me about how like him and Serenity gets married and had a divorce but also had a kid. Yeah, that's a direct connection to this question right now.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I could totally see that. If we really wanted to like dive into Michelangelo just being more of like this self-absorbed like jerk. Like down the line he just gets like worse and worse. Instead of being this like mediator, he just becomes like this, I'm sorry, I'm just too busy arting. Like, leave me alone.
Like, another idea I have for him is that Silver faked his death so his art can become so expensive. And Michelangelo was like, what? I'm not dead.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly. I literally thought the same thing. I was like, what? No.
And so he had to change his whole life. He was like, my name is apparently not Michelangelo anymore. I'm stuck with Miguel. And so we're like, what's different? You go by any name. And so like, I was thinking like, it felt like people didn't think he was so much a love interest material. So I was just like, you know what? Why don't we just kind of make it that the thing is just like, yeah, you know what? We found out he wasn't really in it for the love, and that he's just kind of doing his own thing. And like the story I have for like the sequel, it's called Lloyd's Playbook. We make it, we're like, where's Michelangelo? And people are like, I wish I knew. And then there's like news articles like a famous Latino artist like just died, and we all think it's Michelangelo because of the previous game. And then you see him like at the end of the game and people are like, where you been? It's like, what do you mean? It's like, jokes on y'all. Silver just like, I made my millions.
I would absolutely love it. It was just like his name was just like it wasn't Michelangelo, it was Michael Angel or something like that. And the only difference to his sprite is like, I don't know, like an eye patch on his eyes.
like he wears a mustache or something. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, it's like something really subtle. It's like, yeah, wow, what a name change.
Yeah, he's like a beret. It's something like that.
I'm no longer the Michelangelo, you know. I'm now Michelle Angel.
It's like what was his name? Michelangelo de la Vega or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's Michelangelo Vega. It'd be like Michelangelo Peru or something like that. We just
Michelangelo like Las Vegas or something.
like we just yeah, cause I just feel like he should kind of be just like he was just like to the point. It's like, yeah, no one really wanted like the character, so like we're just gonna really lean into that. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people also appreciate his character, so I don't want to do him injustice. But his character really would just be really funny to play around with. So.
Yeah, it's like Michelangelo is in such a unique spot because it's just like there really wasn't like much. Like a lot of it was just like a lot of groundwork for him.
Yeah.
So like where the story goes for him in particular, it's like it can go in a few ways, and wherever it goes, like, hey, I'm totally down for it.
Like realistically, do you see him ending up with any of the girls?
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, how about we just like?
I think he is like. I think he's for sure more of a guy who just likes to have a couple people around him.
Yeah.
But outside of that, nah.
I honestly don't think he's a romantic, so like girls would just get easily fed up with him. So like he's just like, you know what, I just don't care anymore. He's just like, I'm just gonna keep doing my art. Cause like the only reason I thought like of including him with Serenity is to have like a K-drama type of appeal for Serenity and Silver. It's just like he's causing it because he's just like they both, Serenity and Michaelangelo, have like the influencer background, and I feel like it would have made sense because another original thing was supposed to be that Michaelangelo was supposed to be Layla's like Discord friend, essentially. Like they were supposed to be chatting with each other, like getting like inspiration from one another, and like, you know, just like you know how you talk to some Discord people or like some people that you don't really attach yourself with, but like it's good to hear from. Yeah, it was gonna be like kind of that type of dynamic, but it never got fleshed out either. It was something that also got lost during development, so it was just like he doesn't really I really don't feel like he goes with anyone aside from Serenity, but I also feel like it would be very negative to give him such the stereotype that he would be such a bad dad, considering like there is like the diversity to take into consideration.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know if that was anything that you ever took into mind when you had to voice the character.
And not really, actually. That's never really thought of it like that.
Yeah, like because you know there's positive and negative representation, so it's like, you know, if the story demands it, you want to make sure you try to put forth like your best foot, like, so it's like I think if I went like more the joke route it makes sense, but if I made it super serious, it's like I don't know if that's a really good idea. So I think that's why it makes more sense to have him more like, oh yeah, he he died but not really type of thing. Because it's just like I don't know if you ever heard, where's Carmen San Diego?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either, but it would be kind of like a reference to that. It's like, where's Michaelangelo de la Vega?
I just wished he was more of a foodie.
A foodie?
Yeah, because like food's also art, and I really love food. And also how food is like, also how like food is displayed. So like, I kind of wished he really liked food more.
I mean,
I think Michaelangelo would be a desserts guy. Let's be real.
I mean,
he'd be a desserts guy.
Honestly, I could see that with him. I just think we just literally did not have the time. We're like, we literally, when it came to writing his script, we're like, okay, and then what? And then what? And what now? Okay. How does this fit? And like, if you notice, your route is like, it's the least attentive to like actually building up the romance. It's like, it's focused on everyone else but Michaelangelo. It's so funny seeing everyone react to the Michaelangelo. I was like, where's my boyfriend at? It's like, they're like, that's a good question. I was just like, I guess he's somewhere. Just
yeah, he is there. But that's kind of, I mean, that's kind of canon to his, to just like how I think about him. He's just kind of there.
You don't think there would be a perfect girl for him?
Nah.
No, dang. You're like, no one could match his pace. Not even another art person.
It'd be so weird because it's like, I think he's very much it's the principle of opposites attract.
Yeah.
Like, to have someone like so out of the way like Michaelangelo, you need someone that's like trying to consistently like get him in, like try to get him into the group. But this is very much a guy who like does not want. It's like putting two magnets of like different powers right next to each other, like like you know how like magnets,
Yeah.
if you
You need
like
to
the same side, if you put the same side of the magnets like right next to each other, like they're supposed to push away. Michelangelo is literally that one magnet where like that side, his side is just so powerful that if you were to put him next to another magnet, like his magnet would just like shoot off into space. That's what I think about it.
So,
That's how I think about it.
So Arya's not strong enough to be opposite. What do you think is like the complete opposite to Michelangelo then?
Someone who's just like way too bubbly, like extremely bubbly, like so like incredibly bubbly that when you look at them or when you talk to them, it's actually uncomfortable. Like it makes you think like you're not real. How are you this happy? How are you this like energetic and excited? You don't exist.
So would you say Layla is a good fit for that? I feel like that describes Layla.
It's really hard because like I didn't get to explore any of the other routes outside of Michelangelo.
Oh my
So
god.
it's really hard to like get the other like personalities out.
So you want me to describe Layla is basically
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is an Amazon woman essentially because she has a super strong ability. Like she's super strong, and she's super confident and outgoing, and like she's able to just like have like anything done for her. Like there's this scene where she breaks an arcade machine. And the store owner is like, who the turd broke my... Oh, it was Layla. Okay, never mind. Like, and it's just like...
I think that personality is more of like a queen. It's like, yeah, queen. Like, not like... Like... How about I think about it? It's like a cheerleader. Like a cheerleader kind of personality. You know, the person who's like really really focused on like keeping the energy up. And
So
trying to
that
keep
would be
everyone
Serenity.
high.
That would be Serenity.
Would it be Serenity?
Yeah, Michelangelo and Serenity are opposites. That's why I paired them in the one route.
Really?
That's why I'm so confused. You're saying
that's not what I saw when I like looked into that route.
Well, it's because like she doesn't really show it in his route because she wants him to kind of like show off the art. So she's like showing off her other assets, I guess, in a way. That's a weird way of phrasing it. But like always encouraging the girls to do different things and whatnot, and she doesn't take no for an answer. So like if Michelangelo's like, I don't want to go out, she's like, you got no choice. She'll be like, you got no choice. So like that's why I gave you the question about Serenity. It's like, do we have that as an option? Because I feel like Serenity in like the scenario we presented would be basically the only one who could do it. I mean, I guess Layla could too, but since you only saw the Serenity and Michelangelo, because I never gave Layla the option to date Michelangelo, that's why I asked, like, do you think like to have that type of dynamic?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think either way, like it's probably still going in my head. It's probably still going out the way like I initially answered that like that question before.
Yeah.
Like that relationship would not last.
It really would. No, like when I wrote that in their route, I was just like, this is not gonna last. like even when I wrote it with Arya, I was like, they ain't gonna last. Like every time I wrote with Michelangelo, I was just like, why is he even gonna try? Like even I wasn't convinced he was gonna end up with anyone. Which is sad because I'm the writer. I'm like, I'm not even convinced you're meant to be with them.
The writer's curse. You gotta.
Oh my goodness. But like, how does that even make you feel? It's like, yeah, I don't even think I want to be like the fact that your character's like, I don't even wanna. Like, do I have to be with someone? Like, Like, do you think Michelangelo should have been in like a position where he was just like more of a side character instead of main love interest?
Think. Oh man, that's actually really hard to answer. I feel like there's enough in him to be like a main love interest,
Yeah.
but also with what we were given, yeah, it felt more like a side character thing. So it's like it's that like teeter, what is it, seesaw? Yeah, like a seesaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, the seesaw. It's like a balance of like, okay, he's side character, but also he's love interest.
But like even
It's like
how you know him, it's like 'cause you said he's kind of reminds him of you. It's just like, do I really want to be the main character? I guess it's like, imagine just asking yourself that. It's like, do I really want to be the main character? Can I just be the side character? Can I be the side character of my own story?
that'd be some crazy fourth wall breaking, and I would totally be okay with that.
It's just like we make a story about Michelangelo. It's like, you know what? I'll just be the side character in my own story. Just watch everyone else get together. I'm just here making my own
Just
art.
like no.
That's so sad, but funny at the same time.